Live from the news station, this is 7 News Daybreak.
Now on Daybreak, a violent protest on a college campus in California. We'll tell you what started the demonstration.
Plus, a South Carolina congressman could become closer to being confirmed today. What to expect from a vote on Mick Mulvaney as budget director.
And an early spring or a few more weeks of winter, we're going to find out from our very own Greta the Groundhog.
All right. Thanks, Rochelle. We'll see you coming up in a few minutes. Good morning. We're back now. It is 6 o'clock on Thursday, February the 2nd. Obviously, the last several days. Spring is here already.
That makes me a little concerned that we're in for it like in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Let's get to Malachi to see what we can expect today.
Well, it's nice weather today. We started the morning out in the 40s and low 50s across the upstate in western North Carolina. 50 in Spartanburg, 51 in Greenville, 47 in Anderson, and mid 40s in Asheville and Hendersonville, where we're starting to see a little more of that cloud cover as the front moves through the area. A few spotty showers right now in portions of Haywood and Buncombe counties. Also some of those spotty showers up towards Madison County as you take Interstate 26. But other than that, it's a quiet start to the morning in the upstate. A live look over downtown Greenville. A little bit of cloud cover, but more clear skies than that. And as we go through the day, temperatures drop a few degrees. We hit 72 for a high yesterday, just 1 degree short of tying a record. Today's highs back in the mid 60s in the upstate, but noticeably cooler today in the mountains where our highs will stay in the low 50s. We'll see a big cool down for everyone over the next 24 hours, and I'll talk a lot more about that coming up in a few minutes.
A violent protest at the University of California. Protesters threw smoke bombs, broke windows, and started a bonfire that led officials at the school in Berkeley to cancel a planned talk by a Breitbart News editor. That demonstration is now over.
This isn't the first time students have protested this controversial writer. Other universities along the West Coast in PAX weeks have also done so. He's a senior editor for Breitbart, a far-right news and opinion website. Critics say he's got a history of making offensive comments related to race and religion. Some students do stand behind him and his right to free speech.
There's a sad irony in the fact that the free speech movement was founded here, and tonight someone's free speech got shut down. And I know it might have been hateful speech that he was bringing to this campus, but it's still his right to speak. And it's hypocritical to say that these people, the people that are protesting and rioting here, I agree with peaceful protest. I don't agree with rioting.
That event was canceled, by the way. The rioter took to Facebook shortly after that, saying, quote, "The left is absolutely terrified of free speech and will do literally anything to shut it down." UC Berkeley also released a statement saying, "We condemn in the strongest possible terms the violence and unlawful behavior that was on display and deeply regret that those tactics will now overshadow the efforts to engage in legitimate and lawful protest."
The time is 6:03. Happening today, South Carolina Congressman Mick Mulvaney may take the next step to become the White House budget director. The Senate Budget Committee will meet this morning to vote on his nomination. The panel postponed a hearing yesterday after some Democrats wanted more time to review a routine FBI background check on Mulvaney. The meeting is scheduled to start at 11. Happening this morning, a South Carolina man accused of trying to run over an officer is due in court. Police in Somerville say the man drove away after being pulled over. Witnesses say they saw an officer shoot at the car as it sped away. Somerville police charged Taylor Robert Johnson with 2 counts of attempted murder. More charges are expected. State investigators say the officer was hurt when he was hit by the car, but he is expected to be okay.
6:04 now. Heavy smoke from the Sugar Cove wildfire will continue this morning in western North Carolina. Areas around Marion and McDowell counties where people are going to be seeing the most smoke. These are some of the crews that have been battling this fire. Right now, it is 20% contained and has burned through about 220 acres. Happening right now, early spring or 6 more weeks of winter. We've got a live look at Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. This is where Punxsutawney Phil will make his annual Groundhog Day prediction this morning in just a couple of hours. Right now, they're warming up with a little music.
Yeah, a little loud music. They might be waking Phil up. But guess what? Phil has some competition in our area from another woodchuck. Rochelle Spence is live at Chimney Rock State Park in North Carolina to tell you about this hometown call we'll get.
Yeah, Fred, that is absolutely right. Some competition from Greta the groundhog, and today is Greta's big debut, so there's quite a bit of hype around her. This event here at Chimney Rock State Park, it's going to kick off at 10:30 and it's going to run until noon. This is something the state park here has been doing for years. Right now you're seeing video of Grady the groundhog. This is from 1 year ago today. Unfortunately, though, Grady did pass away from lymphoma since his last prediction. He had an incredible track record. He took part in this event for 7 years. Now Greta is taking his place in the park family.
We don't just go out and get a wild animal out of the woods and bring them into the park. We get them from rehabilitation centers and take care of them here at the park.
Now remember, if she does not see her shadow, that means an early spring. I think a lot of people are crossing their fingers for that one. Even though it's been kind of mild, we've had great weather this week. People just always seem to be leaning more towards the early spring outcome of this. I also want to give you a heads up. I talked to some park people here yesterday, and they warned me that Greta's a little bit of a handful. Back with Grady, you could kind of pick him up, you could pet him. I don't know what her deal is, but we've been forewarned maybe to keep our distance this morning. So she's feisty. We'll have to see what her prediction will be. Fred, Tracy?
We want to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rochelle.
Feisty groundhog. The 12th annual Groundhog Day celebration at Chimney Rock again. That's from 10:30 until noon. Now keep this in mind. The park is closed, but you can see the ceremony for free this morning in the Meadows area. They also have events planned for your children after Greta sees or doesn't see her shadow.
At 6:06, we bring in Malachi Rogers, the real expert in all of this.
Well, you know what, though, I don't have my own day, but yeah, that's not bad. No, we're going to see some nice weather today and milder temperatures as you start the morning out. And temperatures in the 40s and 50s heading out the door this morning. 51 in Greenville, also looking at 50 in Clemson, 50 in Spartanburg. Gaffney checks in at 49 this morning, and we're in the mid to upper 40s at Asheville, Hendersonville, and Brevard. A live look over downtown Greenville. We have mostly clear skies, a little bit of cloud cover this morning, but more sun than clouds expected in the upstate as those light to moderate showers start to wind down in western North Carolina. 50s and 40s for February 2nd, not a bad start to the day. We'll see highs in the mid 60s today in the upstate, down from the 70s yesterday, and in western North Carolina, a little bit cooler. We'll start to see some of that cooler air in place. We're in the 40s this morning. We'll see our afternoon highs staying in the low 50s. We get some colder weather, though, heading into the weekend, and I'll talk about that in the 7-day forecast when I come back in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Malachi. Let's take a look at your live drive traffic this morning. Got one issue to let you know about that's showing up on the map. This is at the Southern Connector. There's an accident right at exit 7 there near Augusta Road, but no injuries. There is an accident, though, that we want to let you know about on the Southern Connector at exit 7. Otherwise, looking really good so far as we take a live look. You can see construction 385. That is still happening this morning. It should be wrapping up, though, any minute, and that is your live drive.
6:08 is the time, and next on Daybreak.
Several people without a home this morning after a fire. We hear from those who lived at this condo complex.
Hey, good morning from Greenville with the American Heart Association. We're talking about the Go Red for Women campaign. We got survivors all morning. Such great stories. We'll have more coming up.
Thank you, Christine. I'll give you a live look right now over downtown Greenville. It's a Thursday morning. You're watching 7 News Daybreak. (6:11), we are working to learn the cause of a fire that had people without a home this morning. It happened yesterday afternoon at Holly Town condominiums on Bethel Road in Simpsonville. Crusade started on the back of the condos and was spread by the wind. 3 condos were heavily damaged. 2 others were damaged by smoke.
Found on the backside of the structure and spreading with the wind.
Called me at work and said, "You better get home. There's a fire."
The Red Cross is helping 3 families affected by this fire.
Our Thursday morning starts out with a little bit of cloud cover, but mild temperatures. We're in the 40s and 50s. Cooler temperatures for everyone by the weekend. I'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
Also ahead this morning,
the latest on the hostage situation at Delaware Prison, what some of those inmates are demanding this morning.
Plus, the second time around, Democrats file another measure to repeal North Carolina's controversial bathroom law. But how will it hold up against Republicans?
And coming up on the Carolina CW, one of Adolf Hitler's personal belongings is going up for auction.
Find out what it is when Daybreak continues this morning at 7.
Well, they're playing Twist and Shout right now in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. A live look there right now. I think we're about an hour and 15 minutes roughly from getting Punxsutawney Phil's prediction. By the way, you want to know his somewhat recent track record?
Yes.
Since 1988, right 14, wrong 15.
Huh, okay.
Or was right last year.
What did you say last year? Do you remember?
Last year, I think said early spring.
Okay.
I think because it was kind of a surprise because
You have a 50-50 shot. Say yes.
I didn't even put you on the spot.
That's pretty cool. This is why I like this. This is such an event for the small town in Pennsylvania, and it's always a huge crowd. So I look forward to seeing how many people there are.
Yeah, the story about the hotel pricing earlier this week.
Yeah,
it's more expensive than the average Super Bowl hotel.
Yeah, because there are only like 2 hotels in the entire town.
That's a good point.
So it's like, you can make a killing on Airbnb.
Yeah, last night it was $450 for the night, and then it's like $150 tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's $5.
Yeah, that's exactly.
We take this video, and I know we're going a little bit long. After they make the announcement, it clears out in like 20 minutes. Yeah. It's a pretty awesome video. So we'll watch that. Look forward to seeing that. All right, this morning, what we're seeing here at home, temperatures in the 40s and low 50s across the upstate and western North Carolina. A morning that starts out dry and clear in the upstate. Have a little bit of cloud cover in the mountains and a few spotty showers up towards Asheville and Brevard. But you can see that line. That's where our front is right now. And that front continues to move through the Carolinas throughout the day today. So partly sunny skies, cooler in the upstate and the mountains, but the chilly weather really holds off until tomorrow. That's where our highs drop to the 50s in the upstate, and then heading into the weekend, we'll see highs on Saturday staying in the 40s. So enjoy the mild weather today, mid 60s in the upstate. Dress the kids for a day where it's going to feel fairly pleasant in the afternoon. Still a little bit cooler in the mountains where an extra layer will feel appropriate. Low 50s for highs today. So a range of temperatures from low 50s in the mountains, mid 60s across the I-85 corridor, and upper 60s in areas like Union down towards Greenwood. Here's our front, and again, winds out of the southwest continue to keep things warm in South Carolina through most of the morning and the day. By 6 o'clock this evening, that front's in the Midlands. The cooler air starts to drift in, and as those winds change direction coming in out of the north and northeast, this is going to lock in some much colder air across the upstate and western North Carolina, keeping us in cloudy conditions throughout the day on Friday. And then as we head towards Saturday, the clouds move out, but the cold temperatures stay in place. 54 degrees is our average high this time of year, mid 60s today, but look at this drop off. Highs at around 50 on Friday, 49 on Saturday. And in the mountains, we'll see a drop off in temperatures as well from low 50s today to highs in the 40s on both Friday and Saturday. Friday comes with clouds, Saturday cold weather, but sunshine returning. And then on Sunday, the mild weather's back. We're back to around 60 in the upstate for our Sunday high temperature. Mostly dry as we head into the weekend. And in western North Carolina, we'll see our weekend highs ending in the mid 50s by Sunday.
Thank you, Malachi. 617. The fight to repeal North Carolina's controversial bathroom law will again go before some state lawmakers today.
Senate Democrats filed a measure to repeal what's known as House Bill 2, but Republicans say they need to reach a compromise first. The law limits LGBT rights and directs which public bathrooms transgender people can use. After some companies pulled jobs from the state and groups canceled events, opponents of the law hope they can repeal it.
If we want to reverse the trend of millions of dollars leaving the state and start bringing jobs back into the state, this is what we have to pass.
Legislators met at the end of last year to consider a repeal. Republicans were reluctant to support it without some guarantee that local governments wouldn't pass non-discrimination ordinances immediately after the repeal.
Investigators are working to get inmates to release 2 staffers at a prison in Delaware. This is happening at that state's maximum security prison. 2 other employees and more than 24 inmates were released last night. Officials are not clear if they were being held against their will. Inmates have reached out to local newspapers to explain their concerns about improper sentencing, educational opportunities, and rehabilitation.
Starting today, it's the final appearance for the Ringling Brothers Circus in the upstate. This is video from the circus performance in Tampa over the weekend. Ringling Brothers recently announced it would have its final show in May because of declining attendance. Their performances start today at the Well in Greenville and wrap up on Sunday. Talking to yourself may seem unnatural or even odd.
But studies say it's perfectly normal. According to a psychology professor at the University of East London, self-chats help you with life difficulties. She says everyone does it, just not always out loud.
We are asking you about this on our question of the day. We want to know, do you talk to yourself? Again, go to our Facebook page and let us know.
At 6:19, let's take a look at your live drive traffic this morning. A couple issues to let you know about. The Southern Connector, there's still that accident at exit 7 near the Augusta Road area, and then another accident that just popped up on Calhoun Avenue in Greenville. Again, not showing any slowdowns because of those, but just wanted to let you know. Otherwise, looking good so far for the commute. Here is I-85 in the Duncan area, right at mile marker 66, and that is your live drive. All right, time to check your closets for red. That's because tomorrow is National Red Day. It's held on the first Friday in February.
This is to raise awareness about heart disease being the #1 killer of women. Christine Scarpelli live in red this morning in Greenville telling us all about it. Hi, Christine.
Yeah. Love it, guys, this morning. Yeah, we're in Greenville this morning, but now we're learning about Spartanburg and what the American Heart Association is doing as they celebrate and have quite a few events in Spartanburg. We say celebrate because really they just want to raise awareness. So trying to get people aware of their family history, some prevention steps they can take, as well as some risks. They might be putting themselves at risk in ways that they're not sure about. We've got Ann this morning here. Ann, tell us a little bit about what's going on in Spartanburg. I hear there's a fountain that's going to be red, among many other things.
For the entire month of February, for Go Red awareness, heart awareness. This past Saturday, we painted the town red.
Okay.
We put red dress clings on over 50 businesses that will be sporting those throughout the month of February to support heart health for women.
And then right downtown, there's going to be a class held, right?
Yes. On Friday at noon, there's actually going to be a proclamation with the Mayor, Junie White, to proclaim the Go Red Day. And after that, the American Heart Association will be teaching hands-only CPR classes.
Wonderful. And just with a couple seconds left, Ann has an amazing story. Ann is a survivor. You survived the Widowmaker?
The Widowmaker. I had 4 blockages last April 28th. Woke up with a crick in my neck. It lasted for about 3 days. I finally went to the hospital. They did an EKG. I'm fussing and hollering all the way that I'm ready to go home. The next thing I know, I'm laying on the heart cath table, and I had 3 stents placed, and my cardiologist came out and said that there is no medical reason I should be living, that should have done me in.
And we are so glad you're here. Thank you for sharing that with us. We know that's not easy, but we want everyone to be aware and know your family history, know your risks. Guys, you'll have to look when you see the fountain in Spartanburg. See if it looks red for us on your cam.
Oh, we will. Is that going to happen today, starting today? Cool. Yeah.
It's red now, right? Because it's February 2nd?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very cool. Okay, ahead of the World Red Day tomorrow.
We'll
awesome.
be looking
Thank
for
you,
it.
Christine. 6:22 now, still ahead. Do you believe in second chances? Actor Aaron Paul does. We'll explain coming up in your Daybreak feed.
Welcome back, everyone. Our temperatures this morning are starting out in the 40s and low 50s. A few spotty showers in the mountains, but other than that, a dry start to the day. Our highs today in the mid 60s across the upstate. Cooler in the mountains where highs will stay in the low 50s.
6:25, let's check your Daybreak feed. National Signing Day has come and gone, but there is one high school football player who really made a name for himself. This is Kobe Buffalo Meat, and Twitter lit up when Illinois State announced the name of the offensive lineman they signed from Lawrence, Kansas. And there's a lot of meat on Kobe Buffalo Meat. He is 6'7" and weighs 285 pounds. President Trump made his choice for the Supreme Court known in prime time on Tuesday. So how did it do in the ratings? Nielsen reports more than 32 million people watched the introduction of Neil Gorsuch on all the major networks. This announcement wasn't leaked to reporters, as has been done in the past. CBS led the way with nearly 8 million viewers.
It's been a total of 26.5. $26,500.
That's actor Aaron Paul on The Price is Right 17 years ago, where he lost a sports car because he overbid by less than $200. Late Late Show host James Corden took Paul back to the set, where this time he bid exactly $26,000 to host Drew Carey. He got his redemption, but not the car.
That is hilarious.
Isn't that great?
Oh my gosh.
To see him on there. That was in 2000 when he...
Oh my God. I wonder if he was an aspiring actor at that time.
Could have been.
Interesting. 6:26 this morning when we come back.
We have a look for you at how a groundhog in our area is preparing for her big day.
And a health warning for students at a local school after another report of meningitis, what doctors are saying about this particular case.
6:27 is the time. You're taking a live look at Interstate 85 in Greenville at Pelham Road. Things are moving pretty well on our interstates. The update on your live drive traffic when Daybreak returns.